Hi everyone. So today let us discuss different methods to express errors. We have seen what errors are. Errors are basically defined as the difference between the true value and the observed value. That is, when you take an observation and if the observation or the observed value is different from the true value or the standard value, then you can call it as an error in that particular observation. So, error is the deviation of any quantity or any observed value from its true value. Suppose if you are not provided with the true value, which can be considered as the true value or the standard value. So in that case, what we have to do is, in order to reduce errors, we can take a set of observation and the arithmetic mean of the set of observations of these values will be the can be considered as the true value in case if it is not provided. Say in the case of surface tension of water, we know the standard value of surface tension of water, but considering the refractive index of water, if it is not given, you can consider, you can take different values for the refractive indices of the water and you can take the arithmetic mean. That can be considered as the arithmetic mean of the or the true value of the observation. So first let us see what how to calculate the arithmetic mean. So it is the usual method where if you have a set of observations as A1, A2, A3, etc., An observations are there, then the arithmetic mean A mean is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 etc. an divided by the number of observations, because we have taken n set of observation. If it is 10, then you have to divide it with 10. If it is 20, then you have to divide it with 20. So arithmetic mean a mean is equal to a1 plus a2 plus etc. an divided by n. Let us express this in sigma notation. Sigma is the process of summing up different values. So in sigma notation, this would be a mean is equal to sigma. First you have to show the range, that is from which value, that is the smallest value to the largest value or the maximum value up to which you are taking. So it starts with 1 and ends with n. So you will be taking n number of sets of observations. So let I be the variable which shows this change. I is equal to 1 to n. A subscript I, in the sense the first value will be A1. The next value will be I is equal to 1 plus 1, that is A2, and so on until you get the last value or the nth value, whole divided by n. Now this 1 by n is a constant, so it can be taken out. So you can write 1 by n into sigma I equal to 1 to n ai. So this is the expression of arithmetic mean or a mean in form of sigma notation. Suppose you have, for example, you have three values 1.25 and you have another value 1.2 and you also have 1.24. So these values, if you want to find the arithmetic mean, how will you do? 1.25 plus 1.2 plus 1.24. You will add these value and divide it by 3. And that value will lie anywhere between these values and it can be considered as the true value of the set of observations. Now, how will you find out the error? The first error which we have to study, or the way to express an error, is the absolute error. Absolute error is the difference between the observed value and the true value. Observed value and the true value. Observed value and the true value. So that is, if you have n set of observation, each will give you an individual error. That individual error is known as the absolute error. And why we call it as absolute error is in the sense that we will not consider the negative signs in the case of error. That is, whatever whenever you take the difference between these two values, even if you get a negative sign, that negative sign can be discarded. So you can simply call it as magnitude of the difference between the observed value and the true value. So what will be the error in the first value? It is represented by the notation delta. Just put like a triangle, delta A1, which shows that there is an error in the first observation, which is equal to A1 minus A mean, and delta A2 is A2 minus A mean, so on. till you do the last calculation. That is, find the last observation, that is an is equal to delta an is equal to an minus a mean. While subtracting, you might get a positive value or a negative value, but the absolute error will always be positive. So you need to consider only the positive values of the difference between the observed value and the true value. That is the absolute error. So what is mean absolute error? Mean absolute error. Mean absolute error is simply the mean of all the absolute errors, or the all the values which you got, individual errors, or it is the mean of the individual errors that happens in each observation. So you can write delta a mean is equal to mean absolute error is equal to delta a1 plus delta a2 plus etc. till delta an whole divided by n. So in sigma notation, again we can represent it as I equal to 1 to n, where I ranges from 1 to n in the sets. It starts with 1 and ends with the last set of observation. That means you are taking n set of observation. So if you are taking 6 set of observation, this n will be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 6 it will go, and a delta ai divided by n. And again 1 by n is a constant, so it can be taken out. It need not appear in the inside the sigma notation. 1 by n into sigma I equal to 1 to n delta ai. This is the expression for delta a mean or mean absolute error. Now our final measurement or the final result, that is, if you have taken a set of observation for the length of a particular thing, the final observation or the final result should be represented in terms of error. So that final result will be represented as the true value, which is a mean, plus or minus delta a mean, which shows that where a mean is the true value or the arithmetic mean of all the sets of observation, plus or minus delta a mean. That means which shows the error as well. That is, the value can either be greater than a mean by a small factor delta a mean, or it can be less than this value by a small factor delta a mean. So this is the way to represent the final result in terms of error. Now next is relative error. Relative error refers to ratio. Relative is usually the comparison, or it is the ratio. It is usually comparing it with the standard value. So you can have relative error is equal to delta a mean, ratio of the mean absolute error to the arithmetic mean. So this is the relative error. Relative error is equal to delta a mean, ratio of the mean absolute error to the arithmetic mean. No, this is another way of representing error. How to compare the error with the standard value or the true value. Next is percentage error. Percentage error is represented as, it is the representing relative error in percentage. Relative error in percentage in the sense that percentage error delta mean or delta, it can be represented as this delta. This is also known as delta notation. This is also known as delta notation. So delta is equal to percentage error. Delta is equal to delta a mean divided by a mean multiplied by 100. That is expressing relative error in percentage. That is, if you multiply relative error by 100, you will get percentage error. How to get relative error from percentage error? Then you just have to divide it with 100. Suppose if you are given the percentage error, you don't know relative error, you just have to divide it with 100. If you know relative error, you have to express in percentage error, then just multiply the relative error with 100. So these are the three ways in which we can represent the errors in the final result or in a quantity. Next is combination of errors. Combination of errors. That is, we know the error in a particular physical quantity, but we don't know how it will appear in a formula or in a physical equation. Suppose you have an equation and we have more than one quantity, physical quantity involved in that equation. Then what will be the final error in the formula, in the result? So how can we show that? combination of errors goes as per three rules. The first rule is the rule for addition or subtraction. That is, a physical quantity appears as addition or subtraction. So suppose you have an unknown physical quantity Z, which is equal to addition of two other physical quantities, say A plus B, or it can be subtraction, because for addition and subtraction the rule is same. So addition or subtraction, we put it plus or minus B. That is A plus or minus B. It can be A plus B or A minus B. The rule is same. Then the error in Z will be, the absolute error in Z will be equal to sum of the absolute error in A plus sum of plus the absolute error in B. It will be the sum of absolute errors in individual measurements A and B. So I'll just give an example. Suppose you have to find out the perimeter of a rectangle. Say L and B are the length and breadth of a rectangle. Then the perimeter is given by the equation P is equal to 2 into L plus B. One thing we have to notice, while expressing the equation in error, you need not consider the constant, because constants never appear in the final expression. So delta P is equal to, the error in P, delta P is equal to, avoid this 2, you don't have to consider. What is the rule? It will be the sum of individual errors. So delta L plus delta B. Got it? So for example, we can have any value. Say the length of a rectangle L with, in terms of error, is, along with error, it is represented as L is equal to 5 centimeter plus 0.1 centimeter. This is in the form of L plus delta L. Breadth is equal to say 3 centimeter plus 0.1 centimeter. So this is of the form L plus delta L and B plus delta B. Then what is the error in perimeter? First you have to find out the perimeter. Normally, just like how you find out the perimeter, you can use the formula P is equal to 2 into L plus B. That is 2 into, what is L? L is this one, 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 into 2 is 16. So 16 centimeter is the perimeter of this rectangle. But what is delta P? There you don't have to consider 2. You just have to find out delta L plus delta B. What is delta L and delta B? 0.1 plus 0.1, which is equal to 0.2 centimeter. So finally, your answer should be in this form: P plus or minus delta P. That is, the perimeter of this rectangle can be slightly larger than this value or slightly lesser than this error value. So it will be represented as 16 plus or minus 0.2. Either you can write it as centimeter outside, or 16 centimeter plus or minus 0.2 centimeter. This is the way of representing the error in the final result. So if error appears in length and breadth, how it will reflect on the perimeter. So this is what you have seen. Now even if it is difference also, you just have to add the error. Suppose you want to find out the difference between the two values. Say temperature difference, you have to find out the temperature difference. It is, say T1 is equal to 5 degrees Celsius plus 0.1 degrees Celsius, and T2 is equal to 10 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.1 degrees Celsius. How will you find out the temperature difference? Temperature difference is equal to T2 minus T1. That is, first you have to find out the values. This is in the form of T plus or minus delta T. Okay. So it will be 10 minus 5, which is equal to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay. But error in temperature difference, whatever, be it addition or subtraction, the rule is same. The errors will get added up. Then it will be delta T1 plus delta T2, which is equal to 0.1 plus 0.1, which is equal to 0.2 degrees Celsius. So the final result is 5 plus or minus 0.2 degrees Celsius. So this is how you represent the addition or subtraction of a quantity as a combination of error. Next is multiplication or division. How can you represent How can you represent the error in a formula such that it appears as a combination, or you can say multiplication or division, or you can say product or quotient. Say a physical quantity is related to another physical quantity as Z is equal to A into B, or Z is equal to A by B. Then the error, the rule for combination of these results will be the same, that is product or division. Then it comes as relative error, that is you can represent it in relative error. Delta Z by Z is equal to delta A by A plus delta B by B. Very simple. That is the relative error in Z will be equal to sum of the relative error in A and relative error in B. For example, you can think of any equation that comes as a product or division. So let us take the example of area. Area is equal to L into B. Length of a particular rectangle, say it is 8 plus or minus 0.1 centimeter, and breadth is 6 plus or minus 0.1 centimeter. So how will you find out the error in A or area, or how will you represent area in terms of error? So first what we have to find out, A is equal to L into B. That is, this is of the form L plus or minus delta L and B plus or minus delta B. So it will be 8 into 6, 48 centimeter square is the area of the or the true value you can consider, but with error. You have to represent it along with error. How will you write error? So delta A by A, according to the combination, it is delta L by L plus delta B by B. Now, how are you going to represent this? Delta L by L. Delta L is 0.1. 0.1 divided by L is 8 plus 0.1 divided by B is 6 is equal to delta A by A. But our final answer should be in this form, A plus or minus delta A. That means we want error, absolute error in A. How will you get absolute error in A? By multiplying it with the area A. So you can just multiply it here or keep it here, so that one of the factor will get cancelled. When you take it inside, what is A? A is 8 into 6. 8. When you take it inside, 8 into 6 plus 0.1 by 6 into 8 into 6. One of the quantity will get cancelled. So you'll get 0.6 plus 0.8. It is 1.4. It is 1.4. Delta A is, it has a unit, centimeter. Whatever is the area, unit of area, it will be the area of the error. So the final answer will be A plus or minus delta A. This is delta A. What is A? 48 plus or minus 1.4 centimeter square is the way of expressing area of a physical area of this particular thing in terms of its error. So even if it appears as division or multiplication, the rule is same. Okay. So example for division, you can consider V is equal to I into R, or R is equal to V by I. Suppose you want to find out the error in resistance, then it is relative error. Delta R by R is equal to delta V by V plus, even if it is multiplication or division, it is the sum of the relative errors. Delta I by I. You can apply it in any case. So next is power. What if it appears as the power of a physical quantity? It is Z is equal to A raised to M. That is A raised to the power M. So in that case, again it is a relative error. Delta Z by Z is equal to M into delta A by A. M into delta A by A. So that means it is the power multiplied by the relative error. Relative error in Z will be the power multiplied by the relative error in A. That means if any quantity appears as a cube or a square in a particular physical quantity, the error in that will be the power times the relative error of that quantity. So in that case, as for an example, you can consider volume. If volume of a cube is represented as L cube, then if L is given, length of the cube is given as some value, say in terms of error it is given as 4 plus or minus 0.01, then it is in the form of L plus or minus delta L, isn't it? So volume will be delta V by, the error in volume will be delta V by V, 3 into delta L by L. So you can write it as 3 into delta L is 0.01 divided by L is 4. You have to find out the volume because we require here volume, that is L cube, or you have to find the cube of 4 and then substitute in finding the delta V, and final expression should be V plus or minus delta V. Now we can see an expression which includes all the three rules, or at least the two rules of it, combination of errors. Suppose if you have any physical quantity in this form, Z is equal to A raised to P, B raised to Q, C raised to half. So in this case, how to represent this? It has powers as well as it is multiplied and divided. So you can use the last two rules. Delta Z by Z is equal to P into delta A by A plus Q into delta B by B plus half into delta C by C will give you the sum of relative error of the, or when it appears as a combination of error, it is power multiplied by the relative error in each term, and you can add them and you will get the error in the final quantity.